It was a foreigners like village or something. Foreigner.
Yeah.
It was a town known for foreigners being there.
And they were like, "You live here for 3 days. You're native." I'm like, "All right, that's kind of crazy." What the heck? 3 nights, I'm a native. I don't know about that.
I think he's just exaggerating the culture.
Yeah, but he was saying that is the saying. The guy in this town, he was like, "That is the saying," but you know, that's not necessarily true.
Like, how long do you think you gotta live somewhere to be a native?
It has to be relative to your lifespan. So, like, let's say you're 30, right? And then you move to a new city or a new state and you stay there for 2 years. I wouldn't say you're native, but once it gets to like 5, I would say, okay, yeah, you're a native. Because 5 years is a lot of time to learn a lot about the city and the town. And, you know, like a lot of things happen, a lot of things change. But if you're a kid, let's say you're a little kid, you live one place for 2 years and then you move and then you stay at that place for 3 years. I would say you're a native at the new place because you spent more than half your life at the new place than the other place.
Okay. I would say.
But obviously the numbers can change. But you get what I'm saying, though? Like, it's relative based on age and time. And so, yeah. I
think my range is in the same ballpark as you. I'd say like 4 years. Like 4 to 5 years, I think you're pretty native to that place.
Yeah.
I moved around a lot because of my parents. So, like, I was in North Carolina until I was 7. And then Delaware until I was 13. And then I've been in Ohio basically since I was 13. I moved back to Tennessee for like probably like 2 years in total, counting when I came back, counting like summer breaks and like COVID coming back. And then I came back for a year after I graduated. And then I come back to Ohio again. So I've been in Ohio for like 10 years at this point.
Yeah.
But like whenever someone asks me like, where are you from?
You say Delaware?
I feel like most of the time I say North Carolina just because that's where I was born. But I honestly have a hard time.
I mean, I think it's wherever you have the most experiences at. Wherever you have the most experiences and, you know, you've been in that culture, then I think that's where you're from.
Okay.
Because even with the time thing, like we said, the 5 years, like you could be 30 and you're from somewhere else. Those 5 years don't, you know, take away everything you learned or your experiences from wherever you lived prior. So you would still be, well, I guess being a native and being from that place isn't the same thing. Even though, like, usually when someone says I'm a native to this area, that means I'm from this area.
Right.
So, I don't know. It's an interesting question.
It's a 4 to 5 year thing. I also don't get, like, accents either.
What do you mean? You don't get them?
Like, someone can, like, I guess it all depends, like, your formative years, like your childhood years. Like, someone can move to New York at, like, I don't know, like 30 and, like, live there for 20 more years, but, like, still have the same accent from wherever they came from.
Yeah. But that's, like you said, formative years.
I always found that weird. Like, my parents, like, my dad, for example, is, like, from Baltimore, and he still has, like, a Baltimore accent, even though he's lived in so many different places, hasn't lived in Baltimore for, like, 20 years.
Yeah, but like you said, that's where he, you know, grew up learning how to speak.
Yeah.
But I have seen people who have lived in multiple areas and have multiple accents.
Really?
Yeah, it was a TikTok video I seen. This guy, he was from the UK, but he moved to America and he moved to Atlanta. And when he first got there, he was saying like he used to talk like, you know, he was in the UK. And then after he grew up in Atlanta, he began talking like how they talk in Atlanta. So now he can talk in either accent whenever he wants to.
That's crazy. That reminds me of like some of those like British actors that play in like American shows and movies and they like change their accent so easily.
Yeah.
It always throws me off.